All right. I think we're set up. Good morning, everyone. All right, let me just make sure I'm able to read chat in case. I think that's set up properly. I guess I can't really tell until I see something, but it looks to be good for now. So how are y'all doing? It is very early. Not very. I've been up for a while at this point, but yeah, so today I wanted to mess around. Oh, is this not connected right now? There we go. Okay. I wanted to mess around with a different version of the agents that we were talking about in the last video. Um, there's one that got recommended to me being the Microsoft Copilot version. Um, it looks basically as intuitive as Zapier was. I'm very curious to see how it actually performs in terms of um, translating, the human text that I'm giving the model into um, actionable API calls and having that set up on a REST API system. So um, yeah, I want to mess around with that. I don't know if any of you guys keep up with the LinkedIn games. This is the main one I play. I just play Queens. I got it in 120 today. Um, I actually built a um, I actually built a what do you call it, program for this, where you just put in, you know, uh, purple, 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 orange. It takes a while to go through every single one of them and enter your inputs, but um, I made an app where you do all that, and then it'll just straight up tell you where the queens are. I don't actually use it because that takes away from the the critical thinking component of it, but um, yeah, so that's cool. I want to make it now to where it just takes a picture of um, the the game and then automatically knows the rows and columns behind everything. It should be pretty straightforward to do, especially because they're the same colors every time. Like the purple is the same color every time. How we doing, Craig? Um, it takes the same. Oh, I'm not even on the screen. All right, that's my bad. Um, it takes the same colors every time. Like when you have purple, it's always gonna be purple. If you have blue, it's always gonna be blue. What's up, gang? Whole gang is here. Appreciate y'all coming out. Yeah, so I want to mess around with Copilot today. Especially this agents one because I've already given it the base instruction of same thing that we did last time, right? So got the spreadsheet here. I do want to make sure I'm able to keep reading chat as we go. Can I pop this out? Participants. How do I just pop it out? There you go. All right, that works. No, go back. Ah! All right, and then that should be good if I can just kind of keep that there. Um, yeah, looks a little funny, but maybe I can make this full screen and then just have this over. Yeah, that works. Okay. Um, sorry guys, I am taking a moment to figure out how I'm setting this up right away, but maybe I can just kind of, yeah, I guess that'll work. Um, so, all right. So this is what we had last time, right? We set up the. All right, I am just gonna have to have it like this. Sorry guys, I know the layout's a little weird, but so we have all these different people. We have them all on the paid subscription company. Oh, this is gonna be really annoying though, because it just goes away. What is up with that? That is really annoying. Guys, I'm trying to figure out how I can read the chat in live time. Maybe I can do it over here. Maybe I can do it this way. This might be easier. Yeah, I'm gonna do it that way. Oh, I hate the thumbnail too. That is so Oh well. All right. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. All right. And then I can put this back. So, I've said it a couple times. We've got all these different people. They're all on the paid subscription. We have these different characters, right? When we did this with Zapier, which by the way, this is the first thing I'll say is that the visualizations on Zapier are a lot better. So if you're kind of new to this stuff, I do like that it breaks it down pretty straightforwardly. Maybe if you've never worked with a for loop before, or with if else statements, it can be a little tough. They do cover that in most like beginner Python courses, but we have this system where every month it's going to retrieve the information from this for loop in the spreadsheet. It's going to go down one by one. It's going to create a path from each one. So if the information says free in the first slot, it's going to activate this one. And I could have kept going with this, right? Like I could have, said create a draft, connected it to some account. Let's close out of that, please. And then life goes on. But I want to test around with some other ones today because unless someone has a specific workflow that they're looking to build, and maybe have some questions about how it works. Okay, so it does show windows that pop up. That's a little annoying, but not too worried about it. Which, by the way, actually, that leads to a good point. I don't know how to remove emails from my specific account, because like there's one button that you could press, but it looks like you're just deleting the whole account. So that's kind of annoying. But yeah, so not here. Let's get rid of that. I want to keep building out the same process that we did last time. So why won't the scroll wheel work? Guys, this is a bad morning to get started on this. All right. We're going to start here, and I don't know why I just copied that. Unless... All right, scroll wheel is not working right now. So I'm just going to use trackpad. Yeah, sure. How can I automate emails? Yeah, sure. Give me that. Why not? What? I'm very confused. That's not supposed to happen. Already, I'm not sure what's going on with Microsoft. Responsible AI restrictions. I asked how to automate emails. That is quite the that's quite the start here. Okay, so maybe we just keep going with Zapier then, because Zapier gets me more. So, in a minute here, I'm gonna connect some of these accounts just so that we can get started. I don't actually have a Stripe account, so maybe we don't do that one today. Or maybe I can, take things off the air for a minute and just log into a couple of these or sign up. I also don't have a job form, so yeah, I might need to just put it on my beautiful face for a little bit. Set this up. Yeah, how's everyone's morning going so far? Hope we're all doing okay. Yeah, so they can't see anything now. Awesome. All right. My hair's also a mess. Just showered like 20 minutes ago. All right. Let's log into email. But yeah, so if anyone has any questions, that's the wrong account. If anyone has any questions about, how to set up the Zapier stuff, I can start working on it for, your guys' purposes. I could also keep going with what I have here. What is going on? Stop doing that. Because I really don't think there's like a general knowledge of how how like Zapier works, how these AI agents work. People talk about AI agents a lot, kind of as like a conceptual thing, um, but like I haven't seen too many people actually like take it to the next level, which I want to kind of get to today. So, um, yeah, so I don't have a Stripe account yet, so I do need to set that up. Um, I don't know if uh, I don't know if it's just gonna let me make an account from here. I'm not sure too much about how Stripe's API system works, um, but we'll see. All right, we're gonna do talking in code AI, and then I do not have a business website. We'll just say for now. I want to make a website for myself. Maybe like a Strava one or something. Um, I don't need a marketplace right now. Yeah, sure. Let's just do that. What else is new? What else is new? Um, I have next or I have this week's video idea pretty much ready to go. It should be pretty cool. Basically, I'm considering like diving deep into how you can find ideas of what you can use AI for. There's a couple websites that do this. One I'll just like briefly show right now called Idea Browser. So right here, AI slide deck maker. Okay, so this already, um, you have to spend some time looking for, um, like it claims there's a $1 million opportunity here, which is most definitely not true. Um, you know why? Because people like making slides themselves. Well, they don't like it, but they like how it looks better. If you go to, uh, let's see, like Microsoft PowerPoint, you take the online version of this. PowerPoint generators kind of suck. If you, I've tried using them before for different purposes. I'm actually not going to go into that right now because I don't want to reveal my personal information. But um, they're not as good as it says here. Maybe if you're, really interested in I don't even know. Like I don't even know if it would be. You can't use autoencoders really for it because you're trying to host actual factual information on it. So unless you're like finding where to put the images on the screen, like and for the record, I know that this stuff exists. Like I know they're working on it. It's getting better, but the ones that exist right now are not. Yeah, so like um so it's giving you kind of a recommendation of how you could build this. Um I'm a little I'm a little skeptical of certain parts of this one. But yeah, so like they have AI agents here. They have or not idea agents. This is some of the past ideas they've talked about. Let's see. There were a couple AI powered app for adult children. Okay. Okay. So that could be, right? That's definitely a possibility. Um I'm a little curious to where they get their numbers from. Like for example, mental fitness prompter, like stuff like this does already exist. Um, I don't know why I'm paying for the idea. You already gave me the information of what the idea itself is. But I mean, so that's the point, right? We're gonna spend some time, and I went off the screen already. Okay, awesome. Uh, we'll spend some time next week, kind of talking about, um, how you can use that. I need to grab my API key from here. Um, where exactly am I holding that? In developers, I'm assuming. Where's my key? Identity? Developers, yeah. All right, there we go. API keys. Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, if you haven't messed around with, generating API keys, and then using it to connect the different apps you have, it is the future of this sort of stuff. So, that's not my specific one, I don't think. Developers dashboard. Just for the record, it is still on my face. Okay, cool. All right, so these are my specific ones. Yeah, connect the new account. All right, and then that should be good. All right, so I'm gonna say maybe don't do the Stripe one for today, only because if I have to connect paid things to it, I'd rather not show that on a live air. But it's gonna be very intuitive, very similar to how we set up the other ones. Just with a paid component. So I don't want to throw that information on the live screen. I'll set up job form really quickly, and then maybe that's the one we spend a little bit more time. My account is not HIPAA compliant, and I do not use European data centers. All right, and then I'm gonna make a Google account that will tackle that, terms of service and everything. All right, and that should be that taken care of. Okay, so that's actually interesting. So Jotform already has a way for you to put the form into an email. So let's go back to the live air, and we're gonna start with the Jotform component, right? I've never used Jotform in my life. This is gonna be literally brand new for me. Okay. Yeah. So already it's clearly it's taken after the future, not giving me one but two ways on how I could use AI to generate what I want to do here. I want to create a survey asking users why they stopped paying for my paid subscription company. Yeah, feedback form. Okay, it just took everything I said out. I want to create a survey that asks users why they stopped paying for my paid subscription company. It's making me do it again. All right. Off to a good start. So I'm always curious with how the AI prompts do in websites like this. Organization logo. Can I skip that for now? Let's see. I'll just say paid sub comp. Save. All right. We're gonna do some fake stuff here. I know I've said my full name on air before, but we're gonna do Ash Ketchum is going to be generating your survey here. And it didn't stick. Oh, yes, it did. Oh, this is the form. Oh, I get it now. Okay. So, all right. So it says subscription cancellation survey. We value your feedback. Please help us understand why you decided to cancel your subscription. So, yeah. So this is a good start. Yeah, actually, this is pretty much, I mean, unless I have like specific components of my company that I want to highlight or mention as like, is this something that you're thinking about when you're canceling? This is exactly where the starting point would be. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of there's a lot of people that are going to be using Jotform for a purpose like this. So it's pretty accurate that they would have a full kind of template for this type of form. Um, I don't care too much about that. So now we're just going to create my own job form. The button doesn't work. Cool. All right. Yeah, I guess preview form. Now it's a button. Okay. All right. All right, so now I have a survey. Now, how am I going to put this back into Zapier? I can select, there it is, subscription cancellation survey, assignee email. We'll just do the one that I have on file here. This is not my real email. I will not see what you guys send to this, so don't try anything. Hi there. Please, we're sad to see you go. Please take a minute to tell us why, or maybe not that wording, but to give us feedback on your time on our platform. Assignee permission. Yeah, sure. I like that. And then test step. Look at that. There we go. So we have just assigned our we have just assigned this form to anyone who falls under this category, the canceled category. So like if you check here, value exactly matches canceled, it's going to assign the form to the person. Assignee email. That is not the same as the assigner email. So we're gonna need another component here. We're gonna need to grab the Google Sheets information from okay. Maybe not in custom actions. Is it? There's the lookup spreadsheet row. So maybe I do that. And then if I configure, it's going to be on this Google Drive under spreadsheet, under subs. We're going to look up column email. Look up value. No, I think this is the wrong thing. I don't think this is what I want, right? I want to find the row where column 1 contains the value in the loop. So that's where the problem arises, is that it's not actually, okay. Oh, maybe under like loop iteration. Maybe. Well, no, that's not the value we're looking up. So this is where it gets complicated, because like there's no way to find the components of a spreadsheet the way you normally would, like just straight in the spreadsheet. What I could do is I could make the custom actions like we did last time. I was hoping there'd be a way for me to use the features that are given to us, but I want to think about how to do this, because, for example, if I'm in a spreadsheet where there's multiple people who have canceled, I can't just search for the value canceled and then find the email address linked to that specific person. I could do it for, like, if it was a spreadsheet of only people who have canceled, I could loop through all those people, but we're already looping once. So if you put a loop inside a loop, it's going to return the same actions multiple times, which I'm not a fan of here. That's not what we're going for. We're not trying to send out 5 emails to one person asking them why they left our organization. So I'm trying to think about different approaches there. We could be, yeah, there is no great way to do it. Especially because like I can't just look up the specific value. With it being, because the loop system that we created only tracks the values. Unless I could make a separate yeah, see, that's where it gets tough. Unless we take, like I had here, we take the loop iteration all right, yeah. So let's create a command where I want to find the value in an inputted cell in a configured drive, spreadsheet, and subsheet. And the kind of jargon that you use to talk to Zapier over time will start to come naturally if you do it a couple times, which I've started to mess around with this a little bit more now. So this is where it gets kind of annoying because it is repeating what I just said, where drive ID, spreadsheet ID, and sheet name will be configured while the cell will be input data. So that's a little annoying that right like it's asking me to repeat all this stuff a second time because I did put that here, an inputted cell in a configured drive spreadsheet. So yeah, so it's doing all the API work on the back end for me, which is really awesome because I don't have to show my API keys on stream, which is really cool. Especially for me, I don't want you guys hacking me. It's taking a little bit of time here. Maybe I can get some no copyright music in the background. Let's see. I'll just throw on. Yeah, that works. It might be a little loud. There you go. That might be still a little loud. I'm not sure. Actually, you guys aren't even hearing that directly. Is there a way I can do that? Alright, so my Mac does have a headphone jack. What's really annoying is that this thing doesn't have USB anymore. And literally the what do you call it? Like the side of the computer literally isn't even big enough to hold a USB port anymore. Isn't that funny? Especially I don't know, like USB cords are not out of date yet. I don't know why Mac decided they're getting rid of them. Also, these headphones look absolutely massive on me. But yeah, I guess that's what we're doing today. I do have a pair of Beats that I can grab, but actually I like the jacked ones more. I like the sound better. Let me switch. Oh, you guys are hearing music. It's just very, well, first off, it's muted. Is that my voice? Is that too loud? That might be too loud. That's probably, yeah. I'm gonna turn it down a bit, I guess. All right, I hope that's okay. It's either too quiet to where like it's gonna keep cutting in and out, or it's too loud where you guys aren't gonna be able to hear me talk. But I'm gonna go with that for now. I can't close out of that tab. That kind of defeats the whole point. Yep. Okay, I just. All right. Let's see what I can do about that. All right, so I do have to. I'll be right back. I got to delete that set of APIs now because that is very bad. I've watched this happen to friends before, where they, their APIs get posted, and then, all right, I have to figure out how to delete these. How to delete Stripe API keys. I don't think it's actually connected to anything. So I'm not sure how dangerous it is that it was. I don't know how dangerous it is because I didn't actually connect it to anything yet, but rotate key. Does that? Yes. Okay. Mistake number 1: do not ever put your secret API keys on a public area. Those should be disabled now. Well, they are disabled now. I just tried it, so don't try anything stupid with that. They're not up and running anymore. So that's really awesome. Off to a great start. All right, I can put the screen back up now. Now that we took care of that issue. All right, so I created the action. For now, I'm going to connect this, and I'll put in, for example, F5. So it's the F column. F5, run test. Oh, wait, how is this going to work, actually? Because it still hasn't taken... It still hasn't taken the spreadsheet ID and sheet name. Sure, I'll just publish it, I guess. So that's published now. I can go to custom actions and then refresh, and then it's right here. I'll continue. I will go to... Yeah, see, this is where it gets weird, because it still hasn't... Where do I input the spreadsheet ID and the... What was the other one it gave me? Oh, sheet name. Okay, so spreadsheet ID and sheet name are pre-configured in the code. No, that's not right. Yeah, I guess I gotta unpublish this. Make those two items Zapier configurable. That way I don't have to go into the code myself. I'm trying to make this as user-friendly as possible with how I'm doing this. So give it a little bit of time to load here. Please don't show me any of my private API keys on stream again. I do not want to go through the hassle of removing all of those. Gonna quickly check to make sure no one ran up my capital balances while I was setting up the beginner stuff. I don't even think those ones that I should, except for Stripe, I don't think the other ones are actually connected to any payments, but just to err on the safe side. All right, so it updated. All right, here we go. So now it's giving me the spreadsheet. I can do subscriptions and then run test. Hopefully this one works properly. Yes, okay, so it grabbed the information. Awesome. All right, now I can go back to here. I can reconfigure this, and now, no, it didn't update. Continue. Refresh. Yes, there you go. So now I'm taking the spreadsheet. I can take the name, which is subs, and then I can reference. Now, this is again where it gets complicated because I can't just take like a number, right? Because yeah, there's other components to it. But what I can do is chatbots no, it's not one of those. Maybe it's a function. I'll go to functions. Yeah, like call a function. Select value for function and trigger. Yeah. Yeah, so let's create a new one. Literally all I'm trying to do here is take a number and add 1 to it. Because whatever loop iteration we're at, so I don't have access to them yet. How do I just add, literally all I need to do is add 1 to a number. That is all I'm trying to do. So I guess we're deleting that. I want to take a value and add 1 to it. The numbers action in formatter. Okay, so formatter, numbers. Thank you. Okay. Transform. Continue. Transform. I want to do perform math operation. Operation add values. Loop iteration and 1. Add 1. So test step. Yes, 1 + 1 = 2, guys. Congratulations, we did it. Okay. I'm so glad we're making it in the comp sci world. So we set that up. Now we just continue because that should be good. And then this value. Oh, okay. So I do want to change this one more time. I want to add maybe just formatting. Maybe do another formatter one where I want to input a letter and a number and then transform that data into formatted Google Sheets cell. So there's a lot of complicated stuff going on here, and you know, if you're new to the tech space and you're looking at this video and you're kind of going, "There's a lot for me," it could be, but also like there is someone in your organization who's going to understand conceptually what I'm doing here just by messing around with some basic, you know, Python for loops and if-else statements. That will be able to completely set this up for you. And I guarantee in some form of another, whether you do it through whether you do it through Zapier or you do it through is it raining out? It sounds like it's raining. Hold on, I want to check. Very curious. Oh yeah, it's raining pretty hard. I have to go into work later. That's not gonna be fun. Yeah, the paid version's like $20, I think, for setting up something of this this caliber, this size. And I guarantee you that's gonna be worth it in the long term. So, yeah. I guess I want to do this with text. Is that the format I'm taking here? Transform. Fine length. Spreadsheet style formula? Is that what I want? No, that's not what I want actually. Word count. Split text, replace, remove HTML tags, default value. I don't think any of those are right. Copilot suggestions. Maybe, yeah, it's not giving it to me here. It's a little tricky here. Oh, maybe it's actually under truncate. Hold on. I saw truncate when I was looking through here. Yeah, truncate. Values input F. And then can I add another one? And then what's the other one? Loop iteration. Maybe I start here. F and then add from the loop iteration. No, that's actually not what I want. I want F add, not in that one. I want it under numbers. Yes, output. There you go. So now it's going to be retrieving from the spot F2 on the first iteration, hopefully. False. Max length. Let's put like 5 in case you're The only reason why I need it to be anything more than like a couple is if your spreadsheet ends up going into the thousands or tens of thousands, which is rare, but I've seen it before. That should have all the information we're looking for. Yes, so now it's F2. Test step. Yeah, okay. So we got that. We're going to get the cell value of what we just retrieved, F2. And then let's hope this works. What is the information in F2? Or is it not going to recognize that as an actual sheet? Oh, nope. That looks like that worked. Awesome. See how we did that, guys? So we're taking loop iterations. And, you know, the standard for a loop in this format is one index, meaning it starts with the value 1. So what we did was we said, okay, well, right now it's going to be looking at values 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But I actually want to push that forward one so that we're really looking at the values 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And, you know, if we were to add another person here with more information, it will automatically change the number of iterations we're doing to 6, meaning it's going to add this spot to that setup. And Dashi blows. So now we're getting the email, and now the assignee email can be the value we got from that function. Do you see how this is starting to chain together? I didn't get into this much detail in the video we posted, but yep. And then here's our message that we sent out. I don't actually want to test it because that's not a real email address, I don't think. Or at the very least, I don't think it's claimed. And then, yeah, actually, I don't even need this because this step is already taking care of the email. I don't need that down there. So yeah, look at what we just did. So we took the beginning that we had. Every month, it's going to find all of the users. It's going to loop through every single one, and it's going to figure out which path they were under. You know, were they a free person? Were they paid? Were they premium? Etc. Is there a way to maybe? Is there a way to close it, like to finish it off? Why is there no like? Yeah, I really thought there'd be a way to like finish it. Oh, skip test. Okay. Then continue. All right, so then actually it should just finish after that. Again, we're not doing the stripe right now because I'm not smart enough to set that up without displaying everything on stream. Let's see about this email one. What can I do here? Actually, I can just take this stuff that we made over here, duplicate it, slide it in over here. And then it should also be this one that gets moved over here. Yeah, move step. That's fine. And then I want to get the cell value. So these steps I probably should have taken before. Like I probably could have even done this before the path because the email information is going to be essential to all components of this. But yeah, so I'm going to put this here now too. Move step. Yeah, that's fine. Because now what I can do is I can just set this up. So continue, configure. Now the output is there. With this one, I can continue I have to get rid of that, but then I can just I can retrieve output from here now, and it's going to do the same thing. And then here, I have to, again, retrieve from this path now, not the one we did over here. And then retest step. Just to make sure everything is up to date. Yep. And then you have your information. So then now I can put the email address into that spot. See? And then I can CC myself on the email as well. You know, if I wanted to. You know, put upgrade today. Yep. And then like I could put like talking in code. Hi there. Have you considered upgrading to a paid subscription? And then I can add more stuff if I wanted to. So yeah, this is generally speaking a pretty robust version of the two, you know, the two parts that we were messing around with today. If I get to a point where I can figure out how to show the Stripe component at a later date, I will. You just have to go to like developer tools and retrieve the API key, and then that is essentially all you would need to then go back and set it up in Zapier. I didn't show the part of me configuring that earlier because I have to protect my own API keys, and I accidentally put one on stream earlier, meaning I had to go back and remove that, make sure that API key is no longer active. I do not want you guys paying for things on my account. But yeah, so this is what the step looks like. And so actually at this point, what I want to do is I want to take some more time to mess around with some of the other components of Zapier. I did see they have an app builder here. I don't think I would be using this over, like, say something like Lovable or Cursor. But I'm curious. Let me create. What do I want to build today? Let's make a customer portal. We could do let's do a request portal template. All right, is that a request? Is that a request portal template, or am I requesting a portal template? Okay, no. So it is just straight up letting me build one of these. Okay, no, that's just the link to the mock website we're working on. So yeah, let's make a homepage. So yeah, so I can make a I can create a ticket. I can answer questions. And it looks actually very similar to, like, for example, what I'd be making on like WordPress or Wix or something. So I'm very curious as to what makes this more robust than what we've had for a while now. Because, yeah, I mean, like Wix and Weebly was the one I had growing up. You know, whatever else. Like, they've been around for a little bit at this point, but yeah, let me open up. It actually looks like I have less functionality than what I would have had on other websites. Do I at least get to, like, I don't even change colors, which, you know, every web developer knows the most important component is how it looks, right? Let me look at submit ticket. Yeah, this is a pretty robust model. Now, again, I know I didn't really, it wasn't my personal request. This is a template that was already created for me. But, you know, if you're just looking to create something behind the scenes for your website for communication, you know, people asking for more resources, or you know, they need help with something, or they're offering their help to someone. Uh, yeah, Zapier's got some cool stuff to do it. I'm not sure why Microsoft didn't work. I will not lie to you. I don't know why Microsoft wasn't working, which is pretty unfortunate. But all right, so cool. That's a pretty basic it's a pretty basic app developer. Well, okay, not basic. It was definitely very complicated to set up, but the functionality that comes with it looks pretty straightforward. It gives you functionality here to create a full AI powered chatbot. Now, granted, pretty much every website has one at this point. Talking, code, and AI chatbot. Let's see what it gives me here. Most companies have a chatbot at this point. There was like this huge AI revolution where, you know, as soon as ChatGPT came out and you were able to access API keys, everyone wanted to have a chatbot. I don't know about you guys, but like I never use company chatbots. I tried the eBay one. That one's just terrible because it doesn't actually give you the information it tells you it's going to give you. Yeah, there you go. And this is pretty straightforward with what we talked about in the first video. If you guys haven't watched that, please do. It's an awesome video about the different components of, you know, making a good ChatGPT question. So we talked about the formatting of the post. We talked about the role. You are this type of person. I think I mentioned the task, like explicitly defining the task. You are to answer questions about the company, and then giving it additional guidelines. You know, we said do not use M dashes or whatever. And then, yeah, just more rules that that this company decided to offer. And then this is also the context. That's the part that I forgot to mention. But when we talked about role, we talked about context. It doesn't have specific examples. So we could add something here like examples. User. User. Hi there. Now I'm wondering if it's gonna process what I'm telling it in the way that I hope it would. Hi there. What would I have to do to get a request ticket submitted to my boss? What do I say? Computer? What's the term that they use? This is definitely not the term. Oh, system. They say system. System. Good morning. You would have to go to the home page of our company's portal, hit submit ticket, and then fill in the necessary information to get a full ticket requested. And then let's see if this works. Now it says it's a pro feature. I wonder if that means to change it or just to use it like this. How would I get a request ticket submitted to my boss? I wonder what it's going to say here. It might not let me do it because I am on a free version. Yeah. So this, yeah. So like I said, when we talk about giving it good examples, um, the prompt did look pretty much directly at what I had given it. So, over here we said, what would I have to do to get a request ticket submitted? And then I gave it the instructions of go to the home page, hit submit ticket, uh, fill out the information, and then request the ticket. And then it took basically those exact instructions. Now I'm curious, if I were to ask it something like, how would I learn more about the technology I'm using in my company? Curious what it says here, because this is not directly what I asked it here. Is it gonna try to tell me again to submit a ticket, or is it gonna come up with another modern day resource? Yeah. Okay. Now, granted, none of this information is true, but also keep in mind the other part where none of the information can be true, because I this isn't real. I didn't set it up. Um, if I had said something in here about another way to get company resources, I'm sure it would adapt this answer to match that. Um, and then I could also see what it looks like in iPhone format, which it does look a little cramped. Maybe there's some way I can, make the sections kind of line up more to what a traditional messaging app would look like, not taking up this much of the screen, because this looks a little excessive. But yeah, I'm gonna double check the forms really quickly just to make sure if anyone submitted any responses. Okay, no. So yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything AI related, how you use it in the modern day, how you use it for a return on or a return on investment, how to set up workflows like this to save yourself a lot of time, definitely feel free to fill out the form. Otherwise, I'm gonna head out for today, and I will talk to you guys soon.